Hello. Thanks for meeting me. Yeah, for sure. Do you have any more class today, or are you done for the day? Nice. Yeah, I got one more in a couple hours. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I try to group them up so I don't end up with big gaps, but sometimes you just get screwed. Some of the specialized courses they only do 1 or 2 sessions of, so you just take what you can get. There's there's not a lot of us avian shifters out there, so the time the professor picks is pretty much the time you're stuck with. Yeah. Yeah. Um, hmm? No, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. Thanks for asking, though. I'm. Hmm. I'm. I don't really know where to start. I tried to think about this before, but I guess I didn't think it through enough. I figured I could just kind of wing it. I don't know why I figured that. I don't usually just wing anything. I mean, usually I do way too much thinking or research before I do anything. I don't plan ahead or allocate my time well, so that that research or thinking is usually a last minute cram right before before whatever the thing is. But still, I usually think stuff all the way through before I do it. But this time, I guess I didn't. Gosh, it's warm out here. I feel like it's not supposed to be this warm yet. I guess it's basically summer. Technically, still spring, but that doesn't count. Yeah. Okay. Let's. So. Sorry. I've been thinking about what you and I talked about when we were talking about you potentially wanting to write a story about your story about latency. And when we were talking about that, you asked if I had any advice, and the advice I gave was to try telling the story to someone first, talking it through with someone, seeing where you're sitting with the emotions of the story right now, where the comfort zones are, where the lines were for you. Just like see how the words feel in your mouth, how it feels to get it out there, even if it's just to an audience of one, before you decide to put it out to an audience of a lot more than one. And you did? Really? Oh, wow. How did that go? Oh. How did it feel? Yeah. I bet. Yeah. Was Corvus... Oh, good. Well, I'm glad. I don't think that's weird at all. It makes sense. I think that kind of shows that exactly. If it made you want to sit with it more, feel through it more before you decide, I think that's great. I think that's exactly what that's for. Okay. I'm really glad you feel like that helped. Yeah. And to be perfectly honest, that kind of just confirms what I was thinking for the reason for why I asked if you'd be down to meet up. Not about your experience. That's all your decision to make. It's not that's not what I mean. It's not. It's about my. I thought a lot after our talk. I thought about the tail end of it when you asked if I ever wanted to tell my story. And I still don't know if anyone else would want to hear it. I don't. That's not what I was. I don't think I ever want to put mine to writing like that, but I just realized that I gave you that advice, and I realized I had never actually taken that advice myself. I mean, that's always how it is, right? It's easy to give, and not so easy to follow, especially from yourself. But I do stand by the advice, to try telling someone to see how that feels, and I don't know if it's something you're still curious about, if it's something you still want to hear. But I mean, you've asked like twice, I think, and I don't know. I know we haven't known each other very long, but I'm really coming to appreciate your perspective on things. I think you're really level-headed, and you're forthright, and I don't know. I feel like I can't even finish a sentence right now. Sorry. I am all over the place. I don't. Family is kind of off the table. I mean, the story itself basically is family, pretty much exclusively. So, kind of can't. And I have a lot of acquaintances, really great ones. I've got a circle of people I deal with. I have a lot of people that I'm friendly with, but I don't necessarily have a lot of close friends. But then you and me are basically just friendly acquaintances too. This is probably too much. This is a lot. Sorry. I should have thought about this more. It's a lot. Sorry. I think okay. Fuck it. I am the son of a Duke and Duchess of the House of Merrick. Vampires. Founding members of the house, not old blood themselves. The House of Merrick is a younger house in the grand scheme of things, but turned by old blood, and yeah, they're my mom and dad are in deep. They they basically are the House of America. They're just one step down from the Queen, which sounds so ridiculous to talk about outside the walls of vampire crap. All their titles and shit declaring themselves monarchs and my parents are vampires, but I'm not. I'm not. I'm not their biological kid. They can't. Vampires can't have kids once they've turned. I'm adopted, for lack of a better term, I guess. I mean, it's not unfitting of a term. It's just it wasn't like something through an agency or anything like that. This part's a mess. Of a friend of my mom's, a non-vampire friend. They don't usually have a lot of those, but she had one, and my biological mom, the non-vampire friend, died not long after having me. She was killed by a member of a different vampire house as a way to try to hurt the Merricks. They couldn't get to the big gun vampires, but they could go after the big gun vampires' weaker human friends. So they did, which left me without a parent. I guess my mother never knew who my dad was. She wasn't sure, or I mean, if she ever did actually know, she didn't tell my mom before. My adopted mom, my biological mom, never told her friend, my adopted mom, while she was still alive, who my father was, and they're pretty sure she never knew. Which that'll come into play later. But my adopted mom, the vampire, she and her husband felt responsible on some level. You know, they felt terrible, and they took me in. I was just an infant. I don't remember any of it. They were considering just fostering me for a while, given the complications we would run into later. But the time came, and they didn't want to give me away. They loved me, so they kept me. Exactly. Vampires with a non-vampire kid. They had. They knew the conversation was coming. Not till I was grown up, but it was gonna come up. And the other problem, of course, was that they had no idea what I was gonna be. I mean, I guess my biological mom was a freelancer, and they had no clue what my bio dad was, if he was empowered at all. Yeah, I was a mystery box until I hit puberty. And then it turns out I'm a shifter. Yeah. The all-vampire House of Merrick plus the random Falcon shifter kid. It was... I had an interesting childhood. to put it lightly. My parents knew it was going to be messy, but they also figured that they knew how it was all going to go in the end. I'd get my powers, yes, and then at a certain age, I'd be turned, and we'd be one happy vampire family forever. They brought me up like I was any other House of Merrick member. They raised me to be a part of the house. I know all the vampire codes and rules and structure and all that crap. The problem is they never imagined I might turn out to be a shifter. No, I mean, it's not a problem for the house. There isn't any animosity or anything. I mean, vampires and shifters can get along just fine. We're all just people. The problem is for me. I can shift. I have another body, another form. I have this other shape I take that feels just as natural to me as a human body, if not more so. I fly. I ride wind currents. I feel the sun's warmth on my feathers. I feel a kind of peace and freedom up there that I didn't know was possible until my powers manifested. It feels like I don't know if I can even describe what it feels like. There's something so beautiful, so important to me. No. If I turn, that's gone. Turning into a vampire is a rebirth. It's a new life, a new magical core. One that's very different. Very limited. I'll get the powers of a vampire, yes, but I will lose the ability to shift. I'll never be a falcon again. Other types of magic users that turn it, they can still go back to using their old powers. It's a limited form of those powers, and that's it. That's its own kind of pain. I get that. But at least they can feel that magic again in some way. I'll never feel mine again if I do. Shifting is too complex. Freelancers can't even pull it off. It's shifters or nothing. So if I turn, it's nothing. That part of me will be gone forever. And I will have forever to feel that. I don't know if I can lose this. I don't think I want to turn. I don't want a forever without the other half of me. I don't want to never feel the sun again. But I love my family. I love my parents. I don't want to hurt them. They've never even considered that I wouldn't want this. I don't think it's ever even occurred to them. They can't imagine a world where someone wouldn't want their life. Who wouldn't want to live forever? Who wouldn't want that strength, that speed, that power? But I don't. And I feel so ungrateful for not wanting it. I know so many people would, and I don't know how I could ever explain how all of this feels to them. And they're asking about the turning more often now. I'm getting older. My parents were in their 30s when they turned. I'm starting to catch up. I already look less like their kid. I'm more like a younger sibling to them. Not that even matters that much. I mean, of all the problems, how old I look compared to my adoptive parents isn't exactly topping the list. But it just makes them ask even more often. They see it as a ticking clock, and I feel like I can't talk to them about how my shifting studies are going, because they just get this look on their face when I do. Because they know that when, and not if in their heads, but when I turn, I'm going to lose that. So why am I even studying it at all? They didn't even know why I wanted to go to the academy at all. They barely even use any magic beyond just the innate vampire stuff. But I'm part of the house. Whether I wanted it or not, whether I asked for it or not, I am a Merrick. The woman who gave birth to me was killed for being associated with the House of Merrick. She didn't do anything to those other vampires. She was just an easier target. A way to stick it to the Merricks where it really hurts, but without any risk. Who's to say that wouldn't happen again? If I stay a shifter, I'll be the easiest target. And even if the department wanted to do something for once, I mean, their hands would be tied with sanguis primus bullshit. Being a vampire would at least level the playing field, but I don't want any of it. Not just being a vampire, but being part of that fucked up world that they have made for themselves. I shouldn't have to worry about being collateral damage. I shouldn't have to decide what I want for myself out of fear, but I guess I have to at least consider it. I mean, my whole upbringing is proof that that's a non-zero possibility. So, the options that I bounce around in my head every day now are stay a shifter, turn away from the life I've lived up till now, grow old, hopefully, while my family doesn't, and then die. And hopefully not as a sacrificial lamb in the machine of vampire crap, or turn, live forever with my family and never experience the magic that gave my life meaning again, never feel the sun again, slowly lose every non-vampire I've ever known or ever will know, and again, try not to end up dead in the vampire machine, but now, at least, it's a more level playing field. So, yeah. like I said before, I think my story is a little too specific to reach people, but thank you for hearing it. I've never really told anyone the whole thing before. Thank you. I don't know what I'm feeling yet. I think I need to sit with having gotten it all out there for a while, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I guess you do. I've wrestled with it for this long, you know. I mean, I don't expect to have the answer anytime soon either. Bet you didn't think it was gonna get quite this heavy when we sat down, huh? Sorry. Maybe now we're seeing why I don't have a lot of close friends, huh? Oh. Then me too. Do you want to go to the student union? Grab something to eat or drink, get out of this heat, kind of reset. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks. Cool. Hey, again, thank you. Yeah. Let's go.